polarization in carbon monoxide molecule, because in free state carbon monoxide is a neutral molecule because its dipole moment was close to zero. It means carbon monoxide is least reactive species. So whenever it is added to metal, so metal cause polarization in carbon oxygen bond. And if you remember, we have already discussed that depending upon the nature of the metal, if metal is electron withdrawing, so charge on carbon in the carbon monoxide will be of one type. If metal is electron donating, then charge on carbon will be of another type, and this carbon can lead to electrophilic or nucleophilic center. So in this topic, we have to discuss electrophilic and nucleophilic reactivity of metal carbonyl complexes. So the reaction, the first reaction which is carried out by using carbonyl complexes is nucleophilic attack at carbon. And nucleophile, you know that nucleophile is a species which loves electron deficient center in a molecule. So whenever this carbon monoxide is treated with metal center, so what happens? The positive charge on carbon is increased at the expense of electron donation toward metal center. So metal itself gets a bit electron density or partial negative charge, and carbon becomes electron deficient. Now this electron deficient center is when treated with a nucleophile. So this is general representation of a nucleophile which possesses a negative charge. So this negative charge, positive charge, we are placing on oxygen only to denote the electron density that has been shifted from oxygen to carbon, but this is actually a mistake. So this is partial positive charge and partial negative, and negatively charged particle now, it loves or it likes the positive center in a molecule. So positive center, since it is carbon, therefore nucleophile will attack on carbon. And since coordination number of carbon is 4 in normal cases, here it was 4. So whenever nucleophile gets attached, or nucleophile establishes a bond with carbon, so what happens? Bonds around the carbon becomes 5. So 5 is not the normal valency of carbon. Therefore, this electron pair will again be will get polarized on oxygen. So the polarization of this electron pair will create a negative charge on oxygen. So this is actually the intermediate, or this is the actual concept of nucleophilic attack at carbon in metal carbonyl complexes. Now let's use nucleophiles. So in this case, methyl lithium is actually a nucleophile. M can be this can be any metal depending upon the availability of the species, which species is attached, and this metal at least possess coordination number 6, because 1 plus 5 is equal to 6. So 6 carbonyls are are attached, as the ligands are attached. Now in this case only we will consider one carbonyl, because reactivity will be initiated or will be carried out at one carbon, not at all at the same time. Therefore, we have enclosed these 5 carbonyls or carbon monoxides in parentheses, and this one is separately denoted. It doesn't mean that these carbons are different chemically or different in any other aspect. They are not different, but the reactivity is a factor which will be carried out only at one carbon in the complex, not at more than one. That reactivity will be carried out at one carbon, not at all carbons, or not at more than one carbons. Therefore, one carbonyl has been denoted or shown separately. Whenever methyl lithium is treated with this complex, so what happens? One carbon is attacked by methyl, and if you look at charge, so lithium is plus charged and methyl, this is carbanion actually. So this is negatively charged, which is actually regarded as nucleophile, and lithium plus charge is actually an electrophile. So since we are concerned with nucleophile will get attached at carbon, And negative charge is in this previous reaction we have denoted that it has been polarized on oxygen. So this is favorable center for lithium, and lithium is available in reaction mixture. So will get attached to lithium. So again, when the same salt, because it contains a replaceable metal center, this is if treated with methyl iodide. So in this case, here methyl was an carbanion, and here methyl is carbocation. Now iodine possesses negative charge, it possesses positive charge. Here lithium was positive and methyl was negative. So iodine and lithium, they will react with each other, and lithium iodide will be separated as salt, while methyl will get attached to oxygen, and this is the final product. Now by replacing this metal by an actual example or actual metal, because this is general, we can get corresponding metal complex. In next reaction, this is also a nucleophile trimethyl ammonium type salt. In this case, oxygen possesses negative charge, and this trimethyl ammonium ion possesses positive charge. So once again, only we have to consider one carbonyl, because reaction will be carried out at one carbon atom, not more than one carbon atoms. So this carbon is now sensitive to attack by a negatively charged site of a species. So this will be attacked by oxygen, and again negative charge will get polarized on oxygen. So in this case, this is more reactive species now, because it possesses some charged sites. And also, if you remember, then those molecules, those substrates, those species which possess at the same time negative and positive charge in a molecule, so they are called Zwitter ion. So this one is Zwitter ion, and this Zwitter ion is definitely more reactive than any other species from starting material or from such compounds or from any other. So it can be used for further reactions. Another reaction where metal possesses a vacant site. So this vacant site reacts with carbon dioxide, and in the presence of trimethylamine, probably as a solvent as well as a reactant. So carbon dioxide will get reduced because of removal of one oxygen from carbon dioxide. So in this case, let's change the position of this arrow from this bond toward this bond. So this pair of electron will be localized at nitrogen, and this bond will get polarized, or this bond will break, and the negative charge will be shifted toward oxygen. So oxygen will get negative charge, and this negative charge will come to make a bond between carbon and oxygen. So metal carbonyl will get obtained. But we are not concerned with the preparation of metal carbonyl complexes. Rather, we are concerned with reactivity of these species. So this is actually the nucleophilic attack at carbon. So a nucleophilic attack at carbon can be obtained in case of metal carbonyls, as well as in case of those metal complexes which possess vacant site in the presence of carbon dioxide. Next is nucleophilic electrophilic attack at oxygen. Because we have already discussed that nucleophilic attack and electrophilic attack, they are opposite to each other. So whenever nucleophilic attack takes place at carbon, so definitely if electrophilic center is if electrophilic reaction is to be carried out, so electrophile is in this molecule oxygen. No, now trimethyl aluminium is actually an electrophile. And if you again remember, aluminium is electron deficient species because it belongs to 3p group, and its octet is always incomplete, so it is in search of an electron pair. So whenever this complex is treated with trimethyl aluminium, so aluminium gets attached, or it accepts an electron pair from oxygen, and this type of compound is obtained. Now this compound, where actual the old bonds remain untouched or unbroken, and new bond is formed between two reacting species. So such type of species are called adducts. and whenever some bonds are broken and some are formed, so those species are then called products. So this is the difference between product and adducts. That in adducts, old bonds remain untouched, remain unbroken, they remain unchanged, and in products some old bonds break and new bonds are formed. Next is types of carbonyls. So in types of carbonyls, we have to discuss at least two types. Those carbon monoxides are those carbonyl ligands which are directly attached to a metal center. They are called terminal carbonyls. And those which are attached to more than one atoms at the same time, they are called bridged carbonyl. So for bridged carbonyl, these metals can be different and can be identical. So in this case, the metal centers are identical, but the carbon or carbonyl is attached at the same time to two metal centers. Therefore, they are called bridged carbonyl. So bridged and terminal carbonyls can be present in the same compound, like example in front of you. In iron complex, one carbonyl is terminal and one carbonyl per iron is bridged. And this is actually the dynamic equilibrium, and terminal and bridged carbonyls, they actually interconvert during a chemical reaction. We have to determine the nature of terminal as well as bridge carbonyls with the help of IER spectroscopy. If the frequency or stretching frequency of carbonyl fragment, carbon oxygen fragment is low in the range of 1720 to 1850, it means the carbon monoxide is bridged. And if it is higher than this, then carbon monoxide can be terminal. So in this type of compound, we can find out, or uh, we can observe two types of frequencies, one in this range and one in more than 1850. So more than 1850 frequency indicates that terminal carbonyl is present, and less than 1850 it indicates that bridge carbonyls are present. So this carbonyl can also be doubly bridged and can be triply bridged. So at the same time it can bridge together three metal centers. So bridged carbonyl is more reactive than the terminal carbonyl. And let's take this example, that whenever this iron complex is reacted with trimethyl aluminium dimer, so this dimer actually attacks the oxygen, because this is the electrophilic center in the complex. So this oxygen is attacked by this electrophile, not this oxygen. It means bridged carbonyls are more sensitive toward chemical reactivity, and whenever we are carrying out chemical reactivity, so we have to consider bridged carbonyls on priority basis. Then structure of metal carbonyls. Let this is manganese carbonyl complex, where 5 carbonyls are attached per manganese metal center. So in this case, the environment around manganese is octahedral, because this is 6 coordinated. 5 carbonyls are attached to single metal and one metal. So the total number of bonds formed by this metal center, they are 6. And normally the geometry of a metal center which makes 6 bonds, that is octahedral. So the geometry around a metal center in this complex is octahedral. This is a bimetallic center, bimetallic species, and if these bonds are superimposable on each other, then the structure is called staggered. And if they are if they are superimposable on each other, or they are just like, consider the Newman projection. So the structure can be eclipsed or staggered, as you have discussed in organic chemistry. Then this is another complex, and in this complex, one iron molecule is attached to 6 ligands. So again, the geometry around iron is octahedral. But the difference between this compound and this compound is that the manganese compound contains all terminal carbonyls, but iron compound or iron complex, it contains 3 bridged carbonyls and 3 terminal carbonyls. Now, this is a cobalt complex, and this cobalt complex actually exists in equilibrium form in hexane, it is trigonal bipyramidal geometry, and in solid state, then the compound possesses this type of structure. And in this type of structure, if you count the bonds around the cobalt, so it makes 6 bonds. One is cobalt-cobalt bond, and 5 ligands are attached to single cobalt center or per cobalt center. So it means the coordination number of cobalt is 6, and in case of 6 coordination number, the geometry around cobalt would be octahedral, as we discussed in case of iron. Thank you.